So I saw on AEW TV the other night, Dynamite, March 6th, I believe, Kazuchika Okada, that y'all go up for at the down to the AEW barn. The girls and the kids go up for him. Um, Not only is he all elite, but he's also the Rainmaker, and he sided with the Young Bucks and officially joined the elite. Right? Okay. Um, Apparently he stands, according to this article at Cultaholic. Let me just say that. Apparently, he stands as one of the biggest signings made in AEW history, with the legendary former IWGP Heavyweight Champion also scouted by WWE and TNA after announcing his decision to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling in January. AEW has long been said to have been favorites to secure Okada's signature, with the company initially reporting to have made a strong first offer when vying for his signature. A new report from Tokyo Sports has revealed just how strong that offer was, with Okada believed to be making around 2 billion Japanese yen across 3 years, roughly $14 million. He is making more than Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. He is making more than all of the top superstars at WWE. This one man. So essentially, Tony Khan has put his entire company on Kazuchika Okada's shoulders. Because now the question is, will he make the money back? Like, when you get these people, aren't you supposed to see like a significant return? That's the next question. Whatever. Fightful Select, that y'all always love to hate, they said Okada is set to make around $4.5 million per year in AEW. These numbers make him one of the AEW's top earners and one of the highest paid wrestlers in the world. It's believed that Okada sits behind Jon Moxley, and Mox earns around $6 million a year, while the likes of Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega are behind Okada with roughly $3 million apiece per year. And that's good, because Kenny Omega needs all the millions for them hospital bills he finna get. Okada is finna wrestle his first contract AEW match on March 9th, Collision, and is believed to be relocating to the USA full time. I just want to know, why is this man, a lot is being put on this man's shoulders, and I don't think the audience is going to come to AEW like Tony Khan thinks, because like Chris Jericho's over there and I don't see a big jump in audience numbers. Kenny Omega came and he settled in, simmered down. I didn't see a big jump in audience numbers, and now with Okada, I don't see a jump in audience numbers. Jon Moxley went over there in a very bombastic fashion, and it was cute for a year or two, and that has settled down to the point where he's working people's nerves because all he do is bleed for no reason. But he's making $6 million a year, and I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at none of them. Get your money. Get your money up. But what I'm not seeing is a return. And since y'all talk about, well, this is the business, will this Kazuchika Okada, who is making $14 million, $4.5 million per year, bring in the views, the eyes, the butts, the merch to AEW? I just was like, well, wasn't Will Ospreay the hot pocket of the month when he got signed to a multi-year deal for 3 years, I believe, too? But they don't know, nobody got the money for that. And Will Ospreay already had a misstep because he done tattooed this arena number that ended up being a lie on his body. But whatever. And then, girls, some of the professional old head girls, they are upset at the way Ospreay and them is wrestling. Child, they said these motherfuckers finna die, but that's a different podcast, so stay tuned. Anyway, the question now becomes, is this good for business? So in that same breath, because listen, I'm not one of those is it good for business girls, but honestly, I'm trying to understand how you running a company and just bleeding out money and playing with these people like they fucking Hasbro toys, and your roster is floundering and twisted in the wind. So the same people over at Cultaholic, they said 34 million in 2023 is what AEW is estimated to lose. So according to this, it says it's been estimated that AEW will generate approximately 154 million in net revenue this year, up from 100 million in 2022, and that's good. The United States media rights deal with Warner Brothers Discovery will bring in the bulk of AEW's revenue, estimated to be around 68 million per year, to air Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. With the current deal believed to expire at the end of 2024, AEW brings in additional revenue from international TV deals with the likes of ITV in the United Kingdom and Eurosport in India to generate a further 7.8 million. In total, WrestleNomics have estimated AEW will bring in 98 million for 2023, which includes an additional 19.4 million from pay-per-view buys, another 34 million. Meanwhile, will be generated from just over 500,000 ticket sales by the end of the year, along with a further 22 million revenue from consumer products. So apparently, increased revenue is still lower than AEW's expenses. However, talent compensation is estimated to cost AEW around 85 million per year. Media and event operations add another 66 million to outgoings, while consumer products, license expenses, and general expenses bring AEW's estimate outlay to just over $188 million. So they're saying WrestleNomics estimate AEW will have an EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, of 34 million in losses for 2024. The promotion's net income will be even worse. This doesn't mean the future isn't bright for AEW. WrestleNomics noted a strong increase in the promotion's United States media rights fees can make AEW profitable from as early as 2025. So there's the bright side. But again, will this bring eyes to the product? This Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, and then there's another Japanese man that got picked up and everyone's excited about. Will this bring product to the eyes? Because as a casual fan, I'm not really casual, but I'm casual enough to be like, I'm watching this man. I went and I watched Kazuchika Okada wrestle. Not much storyline. New Japan does not use subtitles. They don't give a fuck if you understand what they say or not. So there's nothing for me to follow. But he wrestles extremely stiff, Will Ospreay type. Like, they busting brain busters, back, spine, everything coming out. Like those little silhouettes from Mortal Kombat, when you kick somebody in the neck and it zooms in an x-ray. Like, that's the type of wrestling they doing. And I'm just not understanding if they're explaining this to the audience, if they're giving a package for the casual fan who just comes over and wants to see what's going on. Are you explaining why this man is important? Why do I need to be front and center at Dynamite every Wednesday to see this man do what he gonna do? Or is this just for the niche audience of 800,000 who tunes in every single night just for Dynamite, because y'all not watching Collision? And y'all definitely not watching Rampage. Just for Dynamite. And, you know, y'all buy your little tickets or whatever and keep it pushing. Or is that who Kazuchika Okada is for? Because he is, according to this, Kazuchika Okada is 36 years old. And y'all said 36 is a senior citizen or middle age in wrestling years. So you put all this money into Kazuchika Okada, who is 36. I don't know how much Will Ospreay's getting, but he's 30. Now, don't get me wrong, because I'm not going to be ageist. But I just think there was a lot of younger talent on AEW that you could probably be putting a little bit more stock into. Because, in my honest opinion, Kazuchika Okada will not be moving the needle after his big interest. And then you put him with the Young Bucks, who people are annoyed with. Okay? That's because he probably don't speak good English. And you know, y'all motherfuckers act like if a person don't speak English that you ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. So now you got the Young Bucks speaking for him because he essentially took Kenny Omega's spot. And if you're waiting on Kenny Omega, you're gonna be waiting a long time, because that man has let his body go to the point where he said he was almost dead at one point. Dead man walking. Just for your entertainment. So y'all tell me in the comments, do you think this was a good idea of Tony Khan to drop the mills on this man and put this whole company on his back? Because essentially at 14 million, he is right behind Jon Moxley at 6 million, and apparently that was a bust because there's no return. Do you think there will be a big return, and this is a big, good gamble that Tony Khan is making with Kazuchika Okada? Hit me in the comments if you made it this far. Do so.